Sewings live stream for Tuesday, February 13th. Are you coming?
I'm like dying of thirst. I'll be right there.
Oh my gosh. I don't understand. You know it starts at the same time every day.
Okay, here I come.
Do you need to look and make sure that's not important?
I'm so hungry. Yeah. Make sure it's in the doctor's.
Yeah.
It's Jamie. We can talk in a little bit.
So,
Good.
what are you
morning.
allowed to talk to your friends during the workday now?
Do you know that this gentleman here is on the phone with his boyfriends all day? All day, and I know because he's like, yeah, man. Something something skiing, something climbing, something all day talking to his boyfriends. When
Could
he's
you
not. When he's,
imagine having a life outside of work?
I have a life. I have a life.
It involves me doing what you want.
That's so much fun. That's so much fun.
So,
Let me grab my computer.
you know, men die of loneliness. There's a lot of research lately that basically says one of the primary reasons that men die early is their wives drive them to an early grave.
No! No. That's
No,
not true.
it's that they have no life.
Come here.
And they're lonely. It's an epidemic of loneliness among men, is what they call it. And this guy is not going to suffer from that.
He's not lonely.
I've got my
Number
crew.
one, he has me. And I make him so happy and not lonely because we're together all day, every day. Except when he's with his boyfriends. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you do it.
I have a solid crew.
Yeah.
And you know how many of my guy friends are like, dude, if it weren't for you reaching out, I wouldn't see anybody. Which is so true. Because their lives are being slowly drained by their wives.
No, they love it. They love spending time with their wives. They can't get enough. That's really what's happening.
So, anyways.
It's just like you. You can't get enough.
What is this?
That's what a twig.
It's a twig.
So let's talk Super Bowl number one, because we have to after the Super Bowl. My team won, but really.
Wait, what do you mean your team won? You were cheering for both teams.
Yeah. So no matter what, my team was gonna win.
If you had asked Jeannie shortly before the Super Bowl when it started, who was in the Super Bowl, she wouldn't have been able to tell you.
I don't pay attention, but you know why? Because I'm busy, not hanging out with my boyfriends, but busy working. And I didn't know anything about either team except that I was going to just root for Kansas City because of Taylor Swift. But then I found out a little bit about the quarterbacks, and I was like, how cute is Purdy? How cute is he? He's so cute. You want to pinch his cheeks the whole time. And he's 24 and like was the last draft, right?
Well, for that team.
Yeah. And he is so adorable. And Patrick's like, you don't know, he could be a big jerk. I was like, no way.
She kept going, he's apple pie. He's apple pie.
That
which is
kid
Jeannie's way of saying he's as American as apple pie. You have to understand how to translate Jeannie. which is basically turning nouns into verbs and adjectives into nouns, and yeah.
How cute though. Every time I was like, oh my God, I wanted him to win because he was just so adorable.
And then
Christy thinks he's adorable too.
And then she switched at the end in the last drive.
No, and then Patrick explained to me, he goes, have you ever seen Pat Mahomes without a shirt? And I was like, no.
The Pat Mahomes dad bod.
And then I was expecting him to be like ripped, like Tatum Channing in Magic Mike, like rippling muscles.
And yet
then
he's
he goes,
got more moves than anything.
Yeah. And then Patrick's like, no. And it's a picture of him in like the locker room and he's all soft looking and like nothing. And I was like, oh my God, I want him to win. Look at him go with his like soft body.
His fleshy belly.
It's soft, undefined, no abs body. And I was like, oh my God, I want him. So I was, no matter who had the ball, I was going to be a winner.
Yay!
There was, at one point, I was like cheering and I was like,
she was cheering for the wrong team.
No,
like,
that's not it. I was cheering for the replay. And you go, we just
watched that. She was like it was the first time she'd ever seen it.
I was like,
she's like, oh my God, look what's it. I'm like, it's a replay, Jeannie. Like, we just watched this.
I'm not good with, we watched the whole thing. And it was, we sat together and like watched the whole thing and didn't we have so much fun?
Oh my God, it was the best thing ever.
We had so much fun. And because I struggle watching.
It was one of those things when you're married and your life points don't decline. Your life points stayed. I'm kidding.
Your life, what does that mean? Your life points decline?
Because we were joking around about wives draining their men's life.
Patrick was laughing and so happy the whole time that he was watching it with me. Weren't you?
God. Yeah, it was pure bliss. Pure wedding bliss.
But it was fun. I thought that was a fun Super Bowl to watch.
It was. Although I talked to my buddy yesterday who's like super into football, and he's like, man, I'm so sick of watching the Chiefs win everything. They're just going to keep winning.
With Pat Mahomes' soft, undefined dad bod. Yeah. Margaret was rooting for both teams too. Because Purdy was just, how could you not want, I wanted to run out there after each play and pinch his cheeks. He was just so cute. So I have nothing to show you because I was watching the Super Bowl, and I have nothing to show you because Sage came last night with her two sisters and the Zaring girls, and it's been so I haven't been together. We went to high school together. We went to middle school together. So I haven't seen all three girls since Sage's bachelorette party.
No, that's not true.
All three at once?
They were all at Bolinas. Remember the whole Bolinas experience we talked like about for like 45 minutes last night?
It's probably been like 5 years or something.
It's been 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. We were all together there too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways.
Remember we were talking about it last night?
Yeah. But so even this morning I got up early and I set everything up to film.
That like, I thought it was like the worst commercials. And Jeannie's like, the commercials are never good. And I'm like, no, the commercials are normally amazing. I thought the commercials.
I never said that. You said that. I like the commercials. I don't have super high standards.
Well, I said the commercials were awful.
Yeah, you said that.
Right. I thought the commercials sucked. And then
no, I really liked the team. I liked Arnold. I liked the T-Mobile ones.
The T-Mobile ones were all right, but like there were no like normally there's like a couple commercials where you're like, I'm gonna watch that again.
I almost cried with the ice skating one.
Yeah.
The ice skating one, I was like, oh! And the grandpa, he wrote and he did it, so he did it right, so he knows how to write backwards, because you have to do it like that.
And then I thought the halftime show was not great.
Alice was rooting for the Chiefs because she's a Taylor Swift fan too.
Not because of the music though. Maybe she likes girl power.
Yeah, girl power. Go girls. I liked the Christopher Walken one too. I thought that was funny when they're all, imitating him. Yeah, I just you know which one I liked too? Was the What a Feeling, and then it was the candy. I liked that one too.
So what candy was it? Bad commercial. Bad commercial.
I don't know what candy it was. But I
don't even
know,
remember the commercial.
I know if I went to this store and I scanned the shelves, I could find it. I could find that candy and I would eat the whole box. Yeah. So
And they were nerds, right? Weren't they like they were like a jelly covered nerd?
Oh
Or
yeah, I'm
something.
drooling just thinking about it. It looks
my
so
God.
yummy.
And you told me you were hungry this morning. Like,
I'm
we
so
ate so much
hungry.
last night. I don't know how you could be hungry.
I'm like, so I have nothing. I was like, I'm gonna get this done because I gotta have something to show. I did. So this weekend, the only thing I worked on was I worked on March mini quilt, and geez, was that cute. Like the rainbow, as I was stitching out the rainbow, I was like, everyone needs to do this because then it had Mylar stars, and the Mylar stars were just like the perfect touch everywhere. And I this morning I set up and I was ready to film. We got up early, and then I went upstairs, and the Ziering sisters got up, and then we were just talking about like everything. And I kept going, okay,
The Ziering sisters were dishing. Is that an appropriate way of?
They weren't even dishing. We were just chatting. We were just talking. They weren't even dishing. We were just chatting. So I kept
My
looking.
God, you are hungry.
Yeah, did you hear that? That was not a wild animal. That was my stomach. So I kept looking at my watch going, okay, if I go down in like 10 minutes, I can get it done. If I go down in half an hour and I go to the store a little late, I can get it done. And then nothing got done. I was just enjoying the ladies. And Pat Herdema loves nerds. I do too. So I had these candies, and somebody was like, you can't put that in there. Nobody's going to eat it. But now I know I'll just give them to Pat.
The nerds.
They're so good.
They were like chewy nerds.
I'm going to get that one. You should get that one going. March is cute, and I'm going to do March and April together so I can back them. And that I can just keep, and I did a special trick, which it was the first time I did it. So I gave you a little wrong information and then some right information, wrong information, then I fixed it. But it was just in my head, like that 8.5 inch, 12.5 inches, that it had to bump me into my 9.5 by 14, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So anyhow, can you order Kimberbell? Yeah, we have Kimberbell fairy lights here.
The twinkling ones, though.
Do they have twinkling ones? Oh, I didn't even realize.
There may be multiple settings on those too. Like, I haven't looked at them, but like we've had fairy lights where you could push a button and it changes the pattern of the
Holy cow.
fairy lights. Like the ones
fell right out. Do they have multiple settings on these?
my guess is they might.
I didn't even know the nativity ones were like so
Well, because they
special.
had remember the ones for the 4th of July one that like those twinkled for the firework ones.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything on these about them about them having different settings. So no, these are the only ones that they sell. So,
April may be a little bit more complicated, but Jeannie will have her sew along videos and you'll be fine.
you know what? If you're getting packages without any high chews, I was like, did you put a candy in there? They look forward to it. And
I put a candy in like a portion of them. It depends upon how many are stacked up in front of me. Like if I'm just moving and I'm cutting boxes and everything else, I don't even think about it. I just go don't.
yeah, if you don't get candy love,
But I mean, shipping from Saturday and the other day, like we're shipping a lot right now.
yeah.
So if you
sorry.
don't get some, I'm moving too fast.
Yeah. He's giving you, he blows kisses in there. He always does. I see him do it. He's like, April, we love you.
You're such a weirdo.
We don't have any, I don't have anything to share with you except, I didn't even realize that Quilting Through the Seasons is coming out. It's coming out. Pre-order is this. That's my stomach again. It's so loud.
I don't even know how you're hungry. Like that was like the most we ate last night, and I think both of us like at the end I was like, I can't possibly have any more. Jeannie started eating another piece of pizza, and I was like, what are you doing? You're complaining about how full you are, and she's like, I can't stop, but I'm gonna eat all of it.
It was so good. Anyways, we just stopped because my stomach was growling again.
So Susan's asking, are we going to have more software classes? It was full, so I could not sign up. The answer to that is, I'm sure we will.
Who is that?
It's Susan. I don't know which Susan.
we don't know
it is.
which Susan. She's like Madonna. It's just like
Okay,
it's
so,
just Susan.
If the one, I can start a list for the next session, and as soon as if they,
Yeah.
let us know, and then as soon as I get 10 people, I'll open another session.
Okay,
So there will be another session. We just have to fill it with 10. So if you want to be on a wait list,
email
then
us.
just email and we'll forward it to Michelle. And then once Michelle has another 10, she will
She'll
open
open
that
it.
session.
Yeah. So start emailing us now, because if we get 10 people who are like, I'm ready to go, then she's gonna she'll get that started, so you don't have to wait. Usually she does a spring and she does a fall.
I mean, it started with the
is it winter?
summer.
Is it winter and fall? Are
Well, I
we
mean,
winter?
I mean, it's like on the cusp.
Are you gonna have more? Oh my
Yeah,
god!
look at what your glasses are doing to the light.
What the light? It's just reflecting in my glasses. Oh, thank God, Liz. Is there a new? Oh, okay. So let's talk about pre-orders. Number one, Quilting Through the Seasons is tomorrow. So if you want Quilting Through the Seasons and you want it soon, then get signed up now. And guess what? I am sold out of fabric kits, and E.E. Shank is sold out of fabric kits. Not that you can't get it from somebody else, but I think I have 2 left. I have two fabric kits left. So and they haven't sent them to me, but I'm part of that like first order. And I emailed my rep to be like, when's the second grouping going to come out? Because I'm not going to start that until after I get back.
Let's talk a little bit about the next couple of weeks. So, Jeannie has her procedure on Thursday. We will be doing the best we can to keep up over the next couple of weeks, but we just don't know when Jeannie's going to be back in the store. And when Jeannie is, they pretty much told her to prepare for
I'm gonna be here
10
next
days,
week.
10 days to 2 weeks. Week number 3 is when we go to Sedona. So we're going to do our best to keep up. Most of that'll
Should
fall
we just
upon
close
me.
the store, the online store? I don't want you to be waiting.
So, no, I think we'll post something on the site about the fact that we aren't going to be shipping it all that week. Why is my watch blowing up? Oh, no. So just be aware that, I'll be doing my best to keep up, but like there may not be a lot of shipping happening for a couple of days this week. And then, next week we'll do our best to try to keep up and kind of keep things moving.
Yeah. So, I'm still sending out, the top priority is going to be getting everyone their happy place. And if you did your orders early, then I tried to do like just ground advantage because I knew we'd have lots of time. But this week,
That's
most
Susan
stuff
Daunt. Could you send Michelle an email about Susan Daunt?
most things this week are going to go priority, so you'll have it for the sew along. To Michelle. List for next Software 101. And then I'm putting on.
So Shelly D, not a great idea to
How do I spell Susan's
Um,
last name?
wait, what? Dont D apostrophe HONDT. Let's chat about that for a second. I'm not a huge fan of people taking their covers off their Solaris. So I just saw a machine. It was a much, much older machine, but it was definitely a machine that a customer had consistently removed her covers from. And one of those covers was actually damaged because there's a couple of those covers have to sit a specific way. Now, the cover above her tension disc was damaged and wouldn't sit on the machine correctly. This is an older machine. But ultimately, she came back and she's like, my machine has no tension, da-da-da-da-da. We looked at the machine. I kind of threaded it. It was fine. Then I threaded a second time. It wasn't fine. And what I realized was the damage on that cover kept the thread from going where it was supposed to go. And it was sitting actually outside of the tension disc. And I did not have a boneyard machine to pull that cover from. Part of the reason I'm not excited about somebody trying to remove thread from a Solaris or a modern machine is a lot of times where that thread gets caught is either directly on a check spring or it is directly in the flywheel cam below the take-up lever. And quite frankly, those, you can't just yank that thread out. Like, if you do it on the check spring, you can bend the check spring and you can't replace that check spring. Then you're replacing a whole sensor for the machine. Not a huge deal, but it would be a little bit more of an expensive repair and one that was easily avoided if you just brought the machine to somebody that really knew what they were doing and could remove that without damaging the check spring. In the flywheel cam, it's an issue because the reality is you may be able to turn your hand wheel backwards and very gently remove that thread. That's a low percentage success. And so if you can't do that, in order to remove that thread, you actually have to open that screw and essentially create space. Or all you're really doing is pulling the thread deeper into that flywheel. And that in and of itself causes more damage. Some of those screws are reverse threaded. That flywheel screw is actually one that's reverse threaded. So that is actually a common, I'm not going to blame it on the husbands because I know it's a wife asking a husband to fix it and the husband doesn't know what he's doing. But I've seen probably, and this is over the 9 years that we've owned the store, but I've probably seen somewhere between 6 and 9 machines where that whole portion of the machine needed to be replaced because the husband didn't understand which screws were reverse threaded and either broke a screw off, which caused us to, have to remove that whole thing and try to drill it out and then ultimately replace that section of the machine, or they just tightened it down so much there's a brass bushing in there, and smart that they do that, but they put a brass bushing in there which is softer than steel, so the brass bushing wears down. The challenge with that is you end up with these brass metal filings everywhere, and the last thing you want on moving parts inside of a machine is metal filings because that just causes greater amounts of damage. So it's one of those scenarios where when people call me and they go, this is my problem, I go, bring it to me. Well, can I take the covers off and do it myself? Well, you can try, but we're not responsible for the damage that you do when you try.
I tried once. Patrick wasn't home. I was like, I'm just going to do this myself. I got the screwdrivers and I was like, oh, this is more, it wasn't like just unscrew, take it off and like pull out the thread. So I started to, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And I just just put it back. I didn't even get to the point where I took off the cover because it was more complicated than just that.
I mean, they're relative, like sewing machines, I would not say are overly complicated machines, but they're kind of computers to a certain degree. So you can do damage to the machine that you're not aware that you're doing. Will you just make sure he has his everlasting chew?
Yeah, he's oh man, you ate all of that.
He got all of it?
I brought him a beef cheek too.
Oh, jeez. So, you know, it's just one of those things where I'd rather not see the damage from the machine. And like, you know, sometimes people come in and you know, it just takes us a couple of minutes. For a lot of those repairs, we'll try to do them real time. So, you know, if the machine's not coming in for service, sometimes it's possible that, you know, we just don't have time to do that.
Karen's here.
So, I'm going to get to work. I will come back when it is time to do the giveaway. Or should we do the giveaway right now, Jeannie? Should we do the giveaway right now? Okay. So, we are doing one giveaway today.
You're going to sit in the throne.
Can I be far away?
No. Miss Karen's here too. This is Miss Karen Bowl, who's going to be teaching the bowl class.
So Shelly, it's on your check spring. So that is definitely not an area where force is a good idea.
The design that's
Because you can easily damage that spring, and like I said, if you damage the spring, we're replacing the whole sensor. It becomes a much bigger repair. So I mean, it's that kind of stuff that makes me nervous. And I've seen, like I said, 6 to 9 of those flywheel cams. I've seen where people have cranked down on that screw and it causes damage there too.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's just why I go, it's not worth doing. It's not a huge
Okay,
deal
guess what our giveaway
for us
is?
to have to do it. All right, so hang on. I gotta get
I know,
here.
but last night we're like, what are we going to give away? Usually we don't even discuss it until like right now. We're like, what are we giving it away? And we go, because the question was, what would you do with a $100 gift card? We're like, let's just give away a $100 gift card. You can't use it online. You have to call us. So if you're from out of town and you win it, then you just would be like, shopping please. And then we would just like get you what you want. And then like, yeah, we don't. Our site doesn't work where you can put in the number, but we can put in the number. So, we were reading.
There were a lot of
a lot of
comments.
people said, yeah, there were a lot of comments, but what I mean, it was like 150 or something. So your odds are good. It's better than the lottery, right? So it has to answer the question. It can't just be hello. Everyone's saying hi, Miss Karen.
Hello.
So you gotta answer. You gotta say this is what I want.
And
so
there's only one, right?
there's only
There
one winner.
will be only one. It's like
What
Highlander
would you
all over
spend?
again.
I would buy bench pillow CDs and kits for my Project Linus coordinator. What's Project Linus? Is that like a
It's a
nonprofit?
They're for kids.
Miss Allison. Wait, I think it had an email address
Well,
and
but
stuff,
yeah,
didn't
but
it?
it's still there. You can find it. there.
Congratulations, and I don't know if I have your contact information, so if you're watching, I would love for you to reach out to the store, and congratulations.
And so we are, I don't know, like, let's just see if we added 36 subscribers over the weekend. So we are approaching the need for 200.
Yeah.
So we
like
need
and subscribe.
214 more subscribers to get us to 5,000, and then we're gonna do a big giveaway.
Nice.
For the big 5-0. Yes.
500.
5-0-0-0. Yes.
All right.
All right.
All right. I'm out. Bye.
Oh,
Let's scoot up. So this is Miss Karen, and she does beautiful work. And I was like, would you be interested in doing this? I think you've made like 8 million
Well,
Rocos at this point.
I have a few more at home.
Yeah, we have a tower of them. They're like, there's
They're
a
just
lot
so
of.
fun to make.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast.
So these are she's like, I made more.
Well,
and
I
brought these
got
in.
the embellishment kit, so I wanted to use that.
Here it is with like the little tassel, and this is the
Mm-hmm.
leather that comes in it, right? And this is is it mandala? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, mandala. Yeah,
That's the
mandala.
mandala design.
Yes, and then this one has a little bead.
So there it is. I mean, look how cute that is with the little bead and the little tag and the tassel. That makes it adorable. And this
Yeah.
is the sewing space one.
Yes. So this will be like the one we'll make in the class.
So this is the one we're making.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the one that you're going to be making, learning how to do the base, how to attach the rope,
Yeah.
adding the embellishments, stitching the tag.
Yep. We're gonna do it from cradle to grave. Yeah.
Yeah, and learning all those
So if you
tricks and
stitch
tips.
with me, you'll have a finished bowl.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So completely finished, done. And this one, this one, I took a design that was in my Solaris and I shrunk
Isn't
it down
that
to fit the base.
Isn't that beautiful? So that's built in on the
Gorgeous?
Solaris.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so gorgeous because it just had like a built-in round design.
It stitched out great. I mean, it had like, I don't know, 20,000 stitches. So it stitched out really well on that shape form.
And really cute with just like the little button from the embellishment
Yes,
kit.
yeah, I love those buttons.
So super
yeah.
sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So and so along's gonna be-
Endless what you can do with these.
Yes, and you know you want to learn from somebody who's made 8 million.
That's me.
So and that way you can learn all the tips and tricks
Yeah.
and how to start and stop, how to make it look really clean.
Yes, yeah. We're going to do it. It's going to be fun. I hope you all are there.
Yeah, we have a big group that's going to be there. So,
Good.
so you don't even have to sign up. Like you can sign up, and I'll send you an invitation. But it's gonna just like you're logging
Yeah.
on for the live feed. That's what you're gonna do next Wednesday. Is it next Wednesday?
Next
the
Wednesday,
21st?
yeah. Week from tomorrow.
Yeah, and was it 10 o'clock?
10 to 2.
10, and that's have a snack. Bring a snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be on there 10 to 2 our time, Pacific Standard Time. If you're on the East Coast, it's going to start at 1, and then wherever you are, in
Yeah.
between.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Yay!
I'm excited.
So, because I know you wanted to meet Karen, and hopefully we'll be able to entice her to do some other things.
I would
afterwards.
love to. Yes. Yeah. I'm
Yay.
retired and this is my passion. I just love sewing and
After football.
embroidery. Yeah. Oh god.
Don't cry. She's a 49ers.
I'm a 49er fan to the bone, and I just love them to death. And so I had a little
It was-
cry. I had a little cry.
But I know, because Purdy is just so pretty.
Oh, he's just awesome. But he's 24, so we've got him for a long time.
That's what I
so-
was thinking with both of them.
Yeah.
Because Mahomes is like 28,
He's
right?
28, yeah.
So those two can just be battling it out for the next decade. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it was a great game, and love my 49ers.
You got to
and
love
my-
anything that goes into overtime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
'Cause you
Yeah.
get a
Well,
little-
not when you're so vested that you're just like you want it to be a blowout when it's your team. You want it to be 42-3.
But that's not as exciting. That's not as exciting. And I was like just happy just either way. I was like, I'm a winner either way.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It was a great game. It was a good game. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Karen-
Did you see what is it, San Francisco Niner fans?
Patrick's talking.
So heavily on the.
Patrick, if you're going to talk, we're going to get going.
Messed up
We're going to
the
get going. Have a great day. Be creative and
Bye.
make something
Hope to see you
awesome.
next week.
We will see you tomorrow for the live feed, and Miss Karen will see you